Narcissistic individuals use lots of different manipulative tactics, mind games, in order to get their needs met by you without them themselves looking like the issue, while they claim to be perfect and caring and kind and loving and loyal when they're usually the exact opposite of these things. Now, narcissists can use many overt behaviours that we can be naive to, or they're that grandiose and certain in their behaviour, we can sort of not say anything or not quite recognise the intent behind their behaviour. And narcissistic individuals can use a lot of covert tactics that we're not always aware of, or it's very challenging to call them out on these behaviours because they are hidden. So narcissistic individuals will use many silent tactics in order to get their needs met by you. And one of the first of these is the narcissist and their dry begging, where the narcissistic individual is going to manipulate other people, manipulate you into providing whatever it is that they need from you, be it financial resources, be it attention, be it time, be it help with something. They are going to manipulate you without asking you, without directly asking you for something. They're just going to drop these subtle hints more often than not, because they don't want to lower their standards. They don't want to believe that they're beneath you by having to ask you for help, because they themselves, they don't need any help. However, if you want to offer your assistance, that's a whole different story and nothing to do with them. When it comes to a narcissist and their dry begging, they're going to go all out to make you feel responsible, or make you feel guilty, make you feel like you need to provide something for them. And when you do, they show little to no gratitude. And then they can ask you of something and you can just not be able to provide it at that moment in time. And you can just say, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And they suddenly get all offended. And you can naturally turn around and say, well, after all I've done for you, which is a normal response. Or you can ask a narcissist for something simple that doesn't seem out of the way and they just refuse to do it. And you can turn around and just say, even though you didn't do it for them to get something back, but out of shock and disbelief, you can turn around and say, after all I've done for you. And the narcissist will turn around and say, well, you don't do anything for me. You never do anything for me. Bring up the things that you've done for them, and they just turn around and claim, well, I never asked you to. And as they never asked you to, and you know they never asked you to, you're the one that's kind of stuck in that catch-22. And it's recognising that these are the tactics that they use. These are the people that they are. They're not going to change. We have to learn to change direction safely away from them. A narcissist will also use dog whistling. They will use those subtle signals to communicate their ideas or their wants or their needs to you, such as dry begging. And with dog whistling, it's like the owner of a dog with a dog whistle that's on a frequency that the dog could understand, but those around them can't necessarily understand. And a narcissist will use this. They will drop those innuendos. They will humiliate you in front of others and get other people to laugh along at your expense. Yet they do it in a manner where you can't particularly call them out, because then they accuse you of overreacting or being too sensitive or being unable to take a joke. They chip away at you until they can potentially get a reaction from you so that they can blame everything on you. A narcissist will use the silent treatments either to regain control of the situation or to punish you for something, or because they didn't get their needs met, they will ignore you, they will refuse to communicate with you. We're all capable of falling silent, so we usually look at the place that we're coming from and then wonder what we've done to hurt them or offend them. We have in essence hurt them. We've hurt their sense of entitlement. We've hurt their pride. We've not betrayed them or lied to them or cheated on them or deceived them. Yet they choose to fall silent and refuse to communicate as punishment and as manipulation, and more often than not we go chasing after them, and if we don't go chasing after them, they get the attention and their needs met elsewhere and then blame you for not giving them enough attention. A narcissist will use weaponized incompetence. So if you're struggling, if you're in a low mood due to the situation you're in around a narcissistic individual, and as you take responsibility, you're trying to figure it out, and they might say, hey, go and meet up with your friends, I'll take care of the home. And you think, they don't usually want me seeing my friends. Hey, go to the gym, I'll take care of the kids, I'll take care of it, nothing to worry about, you go. So you go, when you return, they've done naff all. They've done absolutely nothing. They've made the situation far worse. Call them out and they turn into the victim of how they tried to help, how they can't do it as well as you can. They will do something and they will do it badly on purpose. Now, when we all do something new, we can do it badly. We're learning. And that's when we take on board constructive feedback. Now, it doesn't matter how well you do something, a narcissist will criticise you because they don't want you to see yourself as being capable without them. Yet they're more than capable of doing something badly on purpose, getting offended when you offer any kind of constructive feedback and throwing their arms up in the air and stomping off and saying, see, this is why I never bother doing anything for you, so that you're the one that's forever running around after them. A narcissist will stonewall you. They will just refuse to engage in any form of conversation. Now, they can do this in a manner where you might have important financial issues to discuss, or someone's special occasion that they're not pleased about because it's not about them. Someone's done something that they haven't and they're too busy comparing themselves and feeling envious of the other person. You try and arrange plans and stuff like that with a narcissistic individual, and they can stonewall you in a manner where they say, oh, I haven't got time to talk about this now. Do we really have to talk this? You know, I'm just doing this. They might bring up a whole ton of word salad in order to stonewall and avoid the topic of conversation, or they stonewall by simply just shutting completely off, refusing to engage in any conversation or any discussion whatsoever in order to manipulate the situation. And they will ghost you. They will up and leave and disappear on you. You can ring them, you can message them, you can email them, and they will refuse to respond to you. They're lapping up the attention that you're chasing them. They feel like they're important and they're valid and they matter, but they're usually getting the attention elsewhere, where they will suddenly cut off all forms of communication, all forms of contact without any form of explanation, and you're sat there worried sick about how they are and what they're doing. You might ask their friends and family. They might just ghost you for an evening. They might just tell you they're going to run an errand and they don't reappear. So then you can look like the obsessed one because you're messaging their friends and family, hey, have you heard from so-and-so? Because you're concerned for their welfare. But a narcissist will claim that you're the one that's done something, they needed a break, and you're the one that's just obsessed, to turn people against you. Their smear campaign is a silent tactic because they usually start the rumours way before you know anything about it, to ruin your reputation, to get people to look poorly on you so you can't recognise the situation you're in. And as soon as you do try to speak out, you're the one that looks like the problem. Any silent tactics a narcissist used on you, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon. 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. If you'd like to check those out, they'll be in the description also. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.